An unprecedented new consciousness is transforming the entire human species. A new world is being born. The old world is disintegrating. Both worlds now call to you. Do you want to live in gratitude, patience, contentment, and all of the universe? Or in anger, worry, overwhelm, and despair? This podcast will help you choose joyfully and effectively. Welcome. Now, the thing that could be instructive is to look at how you shut out the pain throughout your life. That's important to look at because that'll show you your unconscious automatic behaviors, whether it's anger or emotional withdrawal, whether it's internally judging other people or judging yourself. You can just shut out the pain with alcohol, pornography, shopping, drugs, sex, workaholism, perfectionism, sports, exercise, judgments. But that internal dynamic that's generating these unconscious, automatic, habitual, addictive or compulsive or obsessive experiences remains intact until you go inside and experience it. Then you've met the boogeyman face to face. This is what you've been trying to avoid all that time with all those destructive, painful actions. Now you're facing it, feeling it. What are you going to do? There's nothing to run from anymore. This is it. I want to suggest that you can look at your experiences a different way. Not that they're right or wrong, but that what you choose to do creates consequences. It's a cause that creates effects. And whatever cause you choose will generate specific effects. And if you are a part of the cause, you will also be a part of the effect. So from the universe's point of view, there's no right and wrong. There's cause and effect. All roads lead to home because you can learn from any choice that you make. It's not possible to make a wrong choice. It's possible to make a choice that creates painful consequences, terribly painful consequences. But you will learn from them sooner or later. What Linda was talking about is, we've been using the term reaction, so let's be more specific now. Whenever you encounter a circumstance or you think about someone or a circumstance, it generates emotional experiences in you. But what you can do is choose what you're going to do while you're feeling that. If you don't make that choice consciously, the action that you take is not original. It's the same action you've taken every time that pain has come up in the past. And that's why it's called a reaction. English is so very specific in some ways. This is one of them. You act again as you have in the past. You react what you've done in the past. And if what you've done in the past is lash out in anger, withdrawing, coldness, it's created consequences, and your reaction will create again those same consequences. So the universe doesn't say you've done it wrong. It gives you the impersonal dynamic of cause and effect, of karma, of the golden rule. So you make your choice. If it's an unconscious choice, it's still as powerful a choice as you can ever make. You are a powerful creator. If you're unconscious, you are still a powerful creator. You don't become a more powerful creator as you become more conscious. You become a more aware creator. And therefore, you have the option of choosing what it is you will create. If you are an unaware creator, you are creating unconsciously. You're becoming angry whenever painful emotional experiences come up. So there is a difference between a reaction, which means you're not thinking about what you're doing, An emotional experience happens and you act the way you have in the past. But as you develop emotional awareness, you give yourself the option of choosing what you will do, and that is a response. As you develop emotional awareness, you develop the ability to respond instead of react. That takes skill, it takes awareness, and it takes courage to feel the pain that is so driving you to win it. Not to be humiliated, not to take this one moment more. That's what a frightened part of the personality feels like. It feels so powerless that it must, in that moment, dominate. And there's lots of ways it can dominate, not only by force, like I just demonstrated with my voice, but withdrawal, with tears, with weeping. All of these are forms of manipulation, and every form of manipulation is a reaction. And every response, if it's chosen in love, is something very different and creates very differently. Exactly what it is that you choose when you respond. I'll give you a hint. It's an intention. So what you're learning how to do is respond instead of react. And you know how hard that is because you said you're a champion at the power struggle. But you know as well as anyone here, there's no winner there. You can't win a power struggle. There's a question in the Mahabharata, which is the great epic poem and holy book of the Vedic tradition of Hindus. And it's an enormous poem. But one tiny piece of it is as wise as every other tiny piece. One of the heroes has to answer questions, and if he doesn't answer it right, he dies. There's a series of questions, but one of them is this: give me an example of defeat. And the answer is victory. The shallowest victories I've ever had have cost me so much and been so painful. Victories in quote now. Winning a power struggle. You lose everything in that moment. And then you get another chance because another power struggle appears. Why is that? Because a frightened part of your personality that needs to win the power struggle is still in place. You may have won or lost a power struggle, but that part of you hasn't been examined, hasn't been experienced, hasn't been challenged. By challenge, we mean feel it fully and not act on it in that very moment. Deciding you're not going to feed that dog anymore. No matter how much it hurts to feel it, you're not going to feed it, which means you're not going to act on it. You're going to respond instead of react. So it's a beautiful example that this table group has given us of a very common situation. Frightened parts of the personality coming into conflict. That's a power struggle. What kind of power are the frightened parts of these personalities or your personality struggling for? External. The ability to manipulate and to control. You are beginning to exercise your courage and your attention to explore different parts of your personality and to find those that are based in love and cultivate them, and those that are based in fear and challenge them. Everyone's got that capability, and everyone's got the torment of frightened parts of the personality. Everyone's life is as complex and difficult and challenging as your own. That's a humbling thought, isn't it? Join me next time to explore the epic transformation of human consciousness that is reshaping our species and your part in it. It may surprise you. I'm Gary Zukav.